What if one of the most powerful things you could do for your metabolism, for your long-term health, took less than 10 minutes a day? What if it required no supplements, no expensive gym membership, and no grueling, sweat-drenched workout? All it asks of you is a simple, gentle walk right after you eat. It sounds almost too good to be true. In a world of complicated health advice and extreme fitness trends, the idea that a brief stroll could make a meaningful difference feels almost revolutionary in its simplicity. But a growing body of scientific evidence is revealing that one of the absolute best times to move your body is in the window right after a meal. In fact, a short walk after eating can be a game changer for your body. It helps blunt the sharp rise in blood sugar that follows a meal, improves how your body uses insulin, supports weight management, and builds a foundation for better metabolic health for years to come. So today, let's lace up our shoes and find out why this tiny, almost effortless habit is creating such a big buzz in health science. To understand why a post-meal walk is so effective, we first need to understand what's happening inside our bodies every time we sit down to eat. Think of it as a beautifully coordinated biological process. When you eat, your digestive system gets to work breaking down food. Carbohydrates, in particular, are converted into their simplest form, glucose. This glucose is the primary fuel for your cells. It enters your bloodstream, and this is where the term blood sugar comes from. As your blood sugar levels begin to rise, it signals your pancreas to release a crucial hormone, insulin. Insulin acts like a key. It travels through your bloodstream, knocking on the doors of your cells, in your muscles, your liver, your fat tissue, and unlocks them, allowing the glucose to move from your blood and into the cells where it can be used for immediate energy or stored for later. This intricate dance happens after every single meal. It's a perfect system designed to fuel your body. The challenge, however, especially in our modern world, is keeping this system in balance. The goal is to prevent blood sugar levels from rising too high, too fast. After a large meal, especially one that's heavy in refined carbohydrates and sugars, think white bread, pasta, sugary drinks, or desserts, blood sugar can rise very quickly. This is called a post-meal blood sugar spike. Picture a graph of your blood sugar throughout the day. After a meal like this, it's not a gentle hill, it's a steep, sharp mountain. Now, occasional spikes are perfectly normal. Your body is equipped to handle them. But when these large spikes happen meal after meal, day after day, for years on end, they can put a significant strain on your metabolic system. This constant demand for large amounts of insulin can, over time, lead to a condition called insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding as well to insulin's signal. Researchers have clearly linked this pattern of poor blood sugar control to a higher risk of developing serious health issues down the line, including type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and a host of other metabolic disorders. So, the question becomes, how can we help our bodies flatten that mountain into a gentle rolling hill? This is where the magic of movement comes in, and it's remarkably simple. Your muscles are the largest consumers of glucose in your entire body. When you start to move, even with a light walk, your muscles immediately demand energy, and to fuel that movement, they begin pulling glucose directly out of your bloodstream. Think of your working muscles as giant glucose sponges. The moment you start walking, they begin soaking up the sugar that's circulating after your meal. This is a crucial point. This process can happen without needing a lot of insulin. Muscle contractions themselves help transport glucose into the cells. This is what scientists call insulin-independent glucose uptake. It's a secondary pathway for getting sugar out of your blood, and it's incredibly powerful, especially if your body is becoming less sensitive to insulin. By simply activating your muscles, you give that post-meal glucose an immediate destination, preventing it from lingering in your bloodstream and causing a major spike. Walking is, of course, beneficial at any time of day, but walking shortly after a meal offers a unique strategic advantage. Why? Because you're intervening at the exact moment the glucose from your meal is entering the bloodstream. You're meeting the sugar surge head on. Imagine your bloodstream is a busy highway after a big concert lets out. A meal is like opening the gates, and thousands of cars, or glucose molecules, are flooding onto the road. If you stay seated on the couch after eating, it's like keeping all the off-ramps closed. Traffic gets congested and things back up. But getting up for a walk is like opening up a dozen new multi-lane exits. The glucose has somewhere to go immediately into your working muscles. You prevent the traffic jam before it even starts. Studies show the optimal window to start this walk is within 60 to 90 minutes of eating, which is when blood sugar levels are typically at their highest. By moving during this critical period, you effectively blunt the spike and reduce the overall workload on your pancreas. And here's perhaps the best part of all. You don't need to gear up for a marathon. You don't need to walk for an hour. The scientific evidence is clear that short durations are remarkably effective. Studies consistently suggest that just 10 to 15 minutes of light walking after meals can significantly improve blood sugar responses. Some research has even shown that as little as 2 to 5 minutes of walking can start to make a difference. We're not talking about power walking or sprinting. A comfortable, relaxed stroll around the block, a few laps around your office, or even just walking around your house is enough to activate those glucose-hungry muscles. The goal is consistency, not intensity. This small, achievable habit can have a big cumulative impact. And the benefits of a post-meal walk don't stop at blood sugar. Many people who adopt this habit report a whole range of other positive effects. It can significantly improve digestion by gently stimulating your stomach and intestines, helping food move through your system more efficiently. This can lead to less bloating and that sluggish, heavy feeling many of us get after a big meal. By preventing the sharp spike and subsequent crash in blood sugar, these walks can also lead to much better and more stable energy levels throughout the afternoon or evening. And over time, by helping to regulate blood sugar and insulin, this habit supports easier weight management, as insulin is also a hormone that signals fat storage. On top of all that, you're supporting your cardiovascular health, improving circulation, and easily adding more steps to your daily total. While nearly everyone can benefit from moving after a meal, this habit is especially powerful for certain groups. It's a fantastic strategy for people with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, as it directly addresses the core issue of managing blood sugar. But it's also incredibly useful for anyone who is simply trying to optimize their metabolic health and prevent problems down the road. Of course, it's always important to listen to your body. If you have any underlying health conditions, especially a heart condition or severe digestive issues, it's always wise to speak with your healthcare provider before starting a new routine. For most people, a light, gentle walk is perfectly safe, but personal medical advice is key. In the end, building a healthier life doesn't always require dramatic, sweeping changes. Sometimes the most profound improvements come from the smallest, most consistent habits. A short, simple walk after a meal is one of those habits. It's not a fad or a complicated biohack. It's a gentle and effective way to work with your body's natural biology. You're helping your muscles absorb glucose, reducing blood sugar spikes, improving your energy, and supporting your long-term metabolic health with every single step. So the next time you finish a meal, instead of heading straight for the couch, consider putting on your shoes and heading out the door, even for just 10 minutes. Your metabolism will thank you.